Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. I know it's been like another year again, so I think I should do another video. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was going to talk about EQing this week, but I've decided I'm not going to bother. Because the last time I did a video, it was on waveform analysis. You know, after you beat match the track, I was talking about how to find where to do transition, you know, using transitional markers, using waveforms, using record box, which is what I like to use. So I want to elaborate more on that because I've had quite a lot of queries this year just talking about transitions, you know, where to do transitions and certain guides to follow and that sort of thing. So no EQs this time. So basically the transitions, okay, what we're talking about here is phrasing. That's what I was talking about last time, but that's like the terminology that I would use now, phrasing, to find transition points. So what do I mean by phrasing? Well, everyone's got their own definition. For me, okay, phrasing would actually mean three things. I mean, the first has to be, your tracks have to be beat matched. First thing, important, right? When the tracks are beat matched, you need to make sure that they're actually aligned in phrase. So you don't really want, for example, okay, let's say a 4/4 track, you don't want beat 1 to be matched with beat 3 because that's just going to sound a bit, you know, get them aligned. And once that's done, then the most important step as far as phrasing is concerned is which bars to align and how to align them, how to align the phrases so the cue track comes in when it needs to come in. You do the switch when you need to do the switch, and you say bye-bye to the main track when you need to. So that's really what I want to talk about, and that's what I talked about last time as well. I just want to emphasize a few things about it, and then I've got a nice challenge for you at the end. So, first thing is I get many people emailing me and saying, okay, can you give me a step-by-step rule? What should I do to actually find these transitional markers, to find out where to do the transitions? Okay, tip, there is no magic formula, you know? You need to stop over-analyzing. People just over-analyze and... Okay, think of it this way. Okay, if I'm in a crowd and I'm DJing, okay, even if I prepare the mix, I may not do, but what I don't want to do is pull out a calculator and go, okay, so this track set, this BPM, multiply that by 3.5, pitch is A sharp, divide by 2. You know, that's not how it works, man. You've got to be able to feel the music. That's got to be there. You know, you've got to be able to hear things and go, okay, so that could work like that, that could work like that. That will be perfect bringing it in at this time, you know. You've got to be able to feel it. If you're not feeling the music, something's wrong, okay? You've got to have a passion for the music that you're DJing, that you want to give to the world. Now the first step really is you need to watch the previous videos that I've done. Once you've learned all those concepts, you then just need to practice, you know, practice, listen to other DJs' mixes, very important. Just listen to all the DJs that you like, listen to the mixes on YouTube, on SoundCloud, online radio, okay, a lot of radio stations. I listen to a lot of di.fm, well not a lot, every now and again. There's quite a few online radio stations, you'll find them. And just listen to how they're doing things and you might see a style that you like, you might hear something and go, perfect. Okay? And you've got to be able to feel the music. That has to be there. You know, in fact, the best DJs in the world are the ones that act on instinct. And you can prepare a set, but if you just act on instinct and go, woo! You know, best thing, best feeling. I mean, I do a lot of preparation, I need to, but at the same time, I can just sense shit as well, you know, I can feel stuff. And I'll talk about that shortly. So basically, don't overanalyze, okay? Just go with it, just try stuff out and stop looking for a magic formula. I have people emailing me and saying things like, so what's a beat? What's a vocal? They'll send me links to YouTube tracks and go, can you tell me where the beat starts? Can you tell me where the vocal ends? If you have to ask questions like that, then either study music theory or find something else to do. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true, man. You've got to be able to feel the music. If you don't know what a beat or a vocal is, and shame. Okay, so for transitioning, let me tell you what I do, okay? Because at the moment, in the process of creating a mix, okay? In the summertime, I was doing some DJing and I was creating like 4-hour mixes, you know? It takes a long time for me to actually do this because I have to do things properly and prepare for them. So this is what I would do. Okay. So first thing is know what kind of mix I'm doing. Get a theme ready. Maybe I know the BPMs that I want, the range of BPMs roughly. Do I want like, you know, housey dancey track? Do I want something mellow off the beach? You know, figure that out. Do I want to do a tribute to an artist? Do I want to do a certain style? You know, happy tracks, miserable tracks. Well, not miserable, you know, like more kind of miserable. Okay, so get a theme, and then I'll use Rekordbox. I love Rekordbox, and I'll get my tracks in there. I'll buy tracks if I need to, get a list together, and I'll have like a massive list. Then I'll create a playlist for my mix, start adding tracks in. Initially, I'll just basically put a load of tracks that I want and put them in a list in any order. Then what I will do is I will put headphones in. This is important for me. I need headphones so I can really escape the world and hear every single sound, you know, good headphones. You can hear the bass, you can hear the treble, you can hear everything, and you just turn the volume up, and it makes a big difference when you're trying to work out where you want to transition tracks. So I'll do that, and I'll go through the tracks, and I'll be listening carefully, and I'll start feeling, you know, okay, I'll start off slow. I'll have a theme, like I always like to start off like with some strings or something, and kick into the main track, or the main kind of energy, track 3 probably, and keep it going until the end. But maybe sometimes switch it up. So I'll do that, I'll have that in mind, and I'll start with something slow. Then I'll go through and go, okay, that could fit, that could fit, that could fit. And I'm not going to use a rule, I'm not going to overanalyze, I'm just going to go by what sounds good to me. So what I will do then is I'll create a rough order, and then once I think I've got it, I might have to take some tracks out of the list and put some more in, just to make sure it works. And then I will go through them again. This could take a long time, you know. For like a 20-track mix, I could be doing this all night, just to do that bit, just to know what would work, you know. Just to make sure I'm really happy with it. Because what I'll do then is I'll go through the tracks again, and I will close my eyes, listen to them. Actually, I won't close my eyes because I need to use a waveform display. That's the good thing about Rekordbox. It's got the waveform, so I know when things are going to happen, when things are going to kick in, kick out. So I'll use that, and then play the end of a track and work out where the transition marker would be. Then get the next track, push it along to where the main energy kicks in, and in my head work out the timing. Okay, so at 50 seconds remaining on this track, I want to bring in this track at 1 minute 20 seconds. So I'll do that and get transition markers and just keep listening back and forth and go, would that work? Would that work? I mean, unfortunately, I can't just experiment with my decks because I've got the CDJ1Ks. I've got to burn CDs. I just don't want to keep on burning CDs. Oh, that doesn't work. Keep on burning CDs, you know. I guess I could put all the tracks on CDs as well. But I like to do it with Rekordbox. I like to do it in my head first. In my head. So once that's done with all the tracks, then I'll do it again. I'll go through it again after a break. Now I'll take a break. I might come back after an hour or two. Just don't listen to anything. Come back, do it again. And then this time I'll also make sure that the theme of the mix hasn't been spoiled. Okay, you might have each track, you know, track 1 and 2 might transition perfectly, 2 and 3 perfectly, 3 and 4 perfectly, and so on. But it might not make sense in the grand scheme of things, you know. I mean, you don't want to confuse the audience and have like big energy and slow and big and different genres and different drops, you know. You want to take them on a journey. The mix is about the journey. So make sure the journey hasn't been spoiled. You also might want to think about keys, you know. I think about keys. I don't do like harmonic mixing. I don't use a Camelot wheel. I'll create a link to the Camelot wheel on this post on the website. I think I've done in the past. It's basically just finding the keys of tracks which Rekordbox gives you and finding tracks in related keys. With me, I just hear it, you know, I just hear something that works. Sometimes a key that will work that that Camelot wheel won't give you, or vice versa. So for me, it's just about hearing it, you know, will it work, will it not work? And sometimes when you're performing a mix using master tempo on and off, you can change the keys anywhere, just from the default track without doing pitch shifting. So that's what I will do, and then I will burn the CDs, get on my decks, and try these transitions out, just like I thought. And so far, you know, the past few mixes I've done, you know, probably, I don't know, 10, 15 hours of material I've created like this, I've not once had a mix which I thought would work, which hasn't worked. So I'm pretty good at, in my head, figuring it all out, you know. As long as the right EQing is done. That is so important. So, but that's a discussion for next time. So that's my process. Anyway, you just got to have a go. You've got to feel the music and do it. What else? Okay, the challenge. So at the moment, okay, I'm part of this Facebook group, Trance Music, and we're thinking about doing some back-to-back sessions, you know, DJing, live streaming for Christmas. And so I thought about what kind of mix I want to create. So I've been working on that. I've done it through Recordbox. I've created my list and tried some transitions out of the decks. Again, they all work. So at some point I'm going to record a mix. Now basically it's a tribute to Armin van Buuren, a guy I've got a lot of respect for when it comes to dance music, trance. A Dutch guy, and I actually went to Amsterdam to see him a couple of weeks ago. Fantastic, you know. So the challenge is this, okay. I've created a YouTube playlist with 40 Armin van Buuren tracks. Right, so I'm going to link to the playlist from the post that's linked to this video. Just click on the link in the description and it'll take you to the website, my website, mixingguide.com, and I will have a link to the playlist, YouTube playlist, which is on this channel. You can find it that way. It's called Mixing Guide Challenge 1. Okay, it's got 40 Armin van Buuren tracks. Basically, these are the tracks and more which I went through to create the mix that I have. I think I've got 18 and 19 tracks in my mix at the moment, anyway. So what I want you to do is, if you want to take part in this, is go through that playlist, listen to them, and think about what mix you would create using those tracks. Come up with even a 5-track mix, 10-track, 20, whatever you want, but using only those tracks. I've linked to the full versions on YouTube, so you can hear the intros, outros, and think of a mix that would work. And if you want to tell me about it, I would suggest don't email me or put it on the comments here. I would say go onto the forum on the mixingguide.com site, because that way other people can, you know, view this stuff as well, and it'll be helpful for others. So what you want to do is come up with a mix, and for bonus points, come up with transitional markers rather than just a track order. Just go, well, actually, this would work well if this was brought in at this time when that kicked out at that time, you know. So if you want to do that, have a go, and then when I upload the mix in the next within the next couple of weeks, I will let you guys know by mentioning it on the Facebook page of Mixing Guide, and it's on SoundCloud anyway. I've got my SoundCloud link on the header of the website. If you subscribe to SoundCloud, then you will get it. So I will definitely do that within the next couple of weeks before I head out of here for Christmas. So then what you can do is compare what you thought with what I've done. You might even give me some ideas as well. You never know, you know. But this is all about basic transitioning and phrasing. Is about trying. It's about experimenting. So if you want to take part of this challenge, go for it and create a mix. And when I actually create my mix, you can listen to it, listen to the original playlist, and go, okay, that's what he's done. I've used quite a few different interesting techniques. It's not just more the usual, okay, blend the beats and okay, here's one track ending, another one beginning. You know, I've done some clever stuff sometimes. I've got some real challenges in there as well. Maybe I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll create a video about the challenges I had in this mix. You know, blending on vocals or bringing in a mix in with just for like a minute and then mixing straight out of it, and yeah, some really interesting things. Okay. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm wasting time now. So do that, and next time we'll talk about EQing. I'm not sure when. I'm not going to promise anything. It'll take forever. Yeah, actually, for Christmas I'm leaving it. I'm not coming back until April anyway, so I'm not going to have access to my decks until April. So I'm not sure when I'll do another mix video. Maybe I'll get access to decks while I'm traveling. So we'll see. But for now, practice and take part in the challenge if you want. Listen to the DJ's mixes and stop asking silly questions. Okay, what is a beat? What is a vocal? Blah 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 blah. You know, do some music theory research, and just keep just feel the music. Okay, ciao.